Once upon a time, when the world still listened to small voices and learned from quiet moments, a story began with a heartbeat that trembled under the ground. In a wide savanna where grass moved like waves and the sky looked endless, lived a young mouse named Eliofen. He was small, gray, and often unseen, but his mind was always awake. He noticed moods in the wind and meaning in silence. While others ran fast to survive, Eliofen learned to pause, to breathe, and to think before he moved. Not far from Eliofen's hidden home lived a powerful lion named Kaelzar. Kaelzar was known across the land for his strength. His roar could shake trees and stop conversations in the air. Animals feared him, but they also respected him. Yet inside Kaelzar lived a storm. He reacted quickly. Anger came before thought. Pride spoke louder than wisdom. He believed power meant control over others, not over himself. One afternoon, when the sun burned bright and shadows were short, Eliofen wandered farther than usual. He followed curiosity instead of fear. As he crossed a quiet clearing, the ground suddenly rose like a wall. It was Kaelzar, sleeping under a tree, breathing deep and heavy. Eliofen froze. His heart raced. He knew one wrong move could end his life. Fear shouted at him to run, but another voice, calm and soft, asked him to think. Eliofen tried to step back slowly, but a dry leaf cracked under his foot. Kaelzar's eyes opened like fire. In one fast motion, the lion trapped the mouse under his paw. The world became dark and tight. Eliofen felt the weight of death and the heat of fear. Still, he did not scream. He spoke gently. He asked Kaelzar to listen. Kaelzar laughed. His laugh was loud and sharp. He told the mouse that small lives had no value. He said power decided worth. Eliofen felt fear, but he also felt truth. He told Kaelzar that strength without control is just noise. He said even the smallest mind can bring change. He did not beg, he did not argue. He simply spoke with calm respect. Something strange happened. Kaelzar hesitated. The mouse's calm slowed the storm inside him. The lion felt something he had not felt before. It was not weakness, it was awareness. For a moment, Kaelzar saw himself from the outside. He saw his anger, his fast reactions, his lonely power. Without knowing why, he lifted his paw and let Eliofen go. Days passed. The land moved on. Kaelzar returned to his hunts and roars, but something stayed with him. Eliofen's words echoed in his mind. He tried to ignore them, but they returned in quiet moments. He began to notice how often his anger decided his actions. He started to feel tired of being ruled by emotion instead of guiding it. One evening, as the sun fell red and low, Kaelzar walked into a hidden trap left by hunters. Strong ropes snapped around him. The more he struggled, the tighter they pulled. Pain and anger rushed through him. He roared with all his might, but no one came. His strength failed him. Fear entered his chest, heavy and cold. Eliofen heard the roar. It traveled through the ground and reached his small ears. Fear rose again, but memory followed. Eliofen remembered the moment Kaelzar chose control over impulse. He remembered the lifted paw. Eliofen did not rush. He thought. He understood that courage is not the absence of fear, but the management of it. The mouse followed the sound and found Kaelzar trapped and helpless. The lion saw the mouse and felt shame. He expected laughter or silence. Instead, Eliofen spoke softly. He told Kaelzar to stop struggling. He explained how panic feeds traps. He said calm thinking opens paths. Eliofen began to chew the ropes one thread at a time. It was slow. The night grew darker. Kaelzar wanted to rush, to pull free, but he remembered the mouse's words. He controlled his breath. He waited.
For the first time, his strength rested inside patience. Slowly, the ropes weakened. At last, Kaelzar stood free. The lion looked at the mouse with new eyes. Power changed shape in his mind. He saw that self-control was a deeper strength than muscle. He realized that emotional intelligence is not silence, but understanding. Kaelzar bowed his head, not as a king, but as a learner. From that day, the land changed. Kaelzar still roared, but only when needed. He listened more. He reacted less. Animals no longer feared his presence. They trusted it. Eliofen remained small, but his influence grew wide. He taught others that thinking before reacting saves energy, relationships, and lives. The story spread without shouting. It moved through actions, not words. It taught that size does not define impact, and power without control is fragile. In a world that pushes speed and noise, the mouse and the lion showed a modern truth. Real strength is calm. Real courage is choice. And wisdom often speaks in a quiet voice, waiting for a heart ready to listen.